Hi, this is Dr. Kirk Megu, TV and podcast host and former university lecturer. Now, today on Behind the Scenes, this is not actually a story that happened to me, but I heard about it and I thought it was relevant because it's about a guy, an ordinary guy, who had a lot of dreams about his future, but really he let procrastination and a lack of self-confidence really get in his way. Right? So, I mean, he was just basically an ordinary guy from New Jersey, actually, and he dropped out of school, but then he went into college. Was doing it part time. He, was a salesman. He was actually a very good salesman, and wherever he went, wherever his job took him or whatever, he would always return to this one restaurant, and he'd sit in the same place and he'd order the same meal every day. Right? So a lot of people would have thought, oh, okay, he must really love that restaurant. He must really love that food. That's actually not it. He really loved the waitress there. He was really smitten by her, but he could never even work up the nerve to speak to her. Right? He would, she would come over. He'd want to say something, but he couldn't. He was tongue-tied. He'd always leave her a big tip. She was very happy when he came in. Always, she treated him really well, but he could never work up the nerve to say anything. And one day he came in. He said, "Look, today I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it." He walked in. She came up to him. He felt that feeling he got in his chest, in his stomach, and he just couldn't do it. He said thank you, he left a tip, and he just left. He was really beating himself up after that, and he thought to himself, he said, listen, okay, this is why I can't say anything to her. I feel bad about myself, I feel insecure. I don't have enough money. I don't have a nice car. I'm not educated enough. My body isn't so great. You know what? From now on, I am resolving to work on all of this, and I'm not going to see her for 1 year. And in the meanwhile, I'll write her an old-fashioned snail mail letter every day. I'll have the mailman deliver it to her, and in the meanwhile I will be working out, I'll be going to school, I'll do better in my job, etc. Work on all those things that are keeping my self-confidence low. So he was faithful, he did it, right? He went to the gym, he enrolled in so many courses, he went full-time into college as well. Things started to fall into place. He was getting better positions, a better salary. He got a great car that he finally wanted, and every day he kept writing a letter. The mailman kept delivering it to the girl, and she never wrote back, but he did it every day regardless. He was faithful. He was following it. He was doing his program. A year passed, so he went back to the restaurant. He wrote in the letter too that he was coming. So he never got it back. So he didn't know if she got the letter from him. But he told her in a year he'd come back, and so he did. So when he came back, she saw him. She ran across to him and she hugged him. And he thought, wow, this is amazing. He went back into his old seat. He ordered his old meal. When she came across him, she said, well, you know why I'm here? I wrote it to you. This time I'm going to ask you out. And she looked at him, and then she said, oh, that's great, but I'm sorry, I can't. And he said, why not? She said, I'm engaged. He just felt so devastated. He just kind of sank in his seat, but he said, do you mind if I ask you, who is it you're engaged to? And she said, the mailman. Okay, it's kind of a corny joke in a way, but it's not that corny. It's interesting. But the point is that a lot of times when we procrastinate and we want to get something done, it's because of our lack of confidence. And in the meanwhile, other people are doing things who don't have nearly as much qualifications as you, who don't nearly, measure up to what you already have, but they have the confidence to go ahead and they succeed. Right? That's why one of the components I have in the Bulletproof Podcast formula package that I'm offering is called Bulletproof Confidence Secrets. Right? Because that's a huge issue, whether you're going to go out in front of the camera or do a podcast or even approach guests who are celebrities, maybe your heroes, people way above you. So that's why I put this confidence secrets together. I thought it was a nice story. I just heard it today. I thought, let me share it with you. I would do that for my behind the scenes. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye.